Good evening, everyone. Such a beautiful day. Father, we thank you for a day like this. I want to talk about a topic, the process of births. BIRTH. I want to briefly talk about it. We all know that a woman carries a child in her womb for 9 months, less than or more than, as the case may be. I'm not to talk about the stage of that. I am only here to talk about the process where the child comes out. The child comes out of a mother through a very painful process. A very painful process. You could hear her say all manner of things. Some women go as far as insulting their husbands, calling their husbands different kinds of names. Some women, you will not hear them talk, but they are groaning internally that you can't even go close to them. They could hit you that hard to tell you the level of the pain they are going through. I want to liken this process to the process of transformation. We are all carnal men. We are all from Adam. And when you are from Adam, having that carnality in you, there are so many things that came with it. You have pride, you have anger, you have hatred, you have jealousy, you have malice, you have gossip, you have all manner of things, bitterness, whatever you can mention. They are all there because you are still your natural man. But for you to go through the process to become a transformed person, giving your life to Christ, becoming a Christ-like minded kind of person, you have to go through a stage. When people tell you if you become a Christian, it is an automatic thing, my dear, it is not automatic. It is a very painful process. Certain things you will no longer do. It is not because it is convenient for you, but it's a process you need to pass through. You see, they tell you that gold goes through a refining. It goes through a process of fire. Have you ever thought about it? How does it feel to go through a process of fire? You will go through a burning stage, and you will come out refined. You will come out refined. It is not an easy stage. It is not an easy process. The process of transformation, it's not something that happens automatically. It goes from stage to stage, from process to process. And the more you go, the more painful it becomes. When people tell me, I live with my mom, I live with my auntie, I live with this person, and the person was maltreating me, I'm not here to talk about the violence aspect of it. Especially the young girls, ask them, what do you mean by your auntie maltreated you? Why were you not able to stay with that uncle of yours that truly loved you and had a good intention for you? If you check very well, you will discover that most of them were not ready to go through the painful stage. You tell her, live by the rules and regulations of this house. It's a very difficult thing to do. You don't come back late, you don't go party, you don't drink, you mustn't do this and that. Oh, it's really difficult. Because she wants to express that natural man in her. He wants to express the natural man in him. And you telling him to do something else is actually making it look as if you are maltreating him, when on the real sense you are not doing that. The process of change is not an easy process. It's a very painful one. Oh, I could imagine myself. I am this lady that is full of myself. Nobody can talk to me. You don't talk to me anyhow. I could just snub you. I could just behave as if you don't exist. But if you are becoming a transformed man, you will be so humble. You could imagine that very pompous lady. She's now the one serving food when a church program is being organized. You could imagine this very proud lady is the person using broom to sweep the church. She's the one dusting the chairs, even for the little ones to sit. She's the one carrying the Bible for the pastors or for the senior ones. You could imagine the very proud lady. You think it is just something she just did overnight. She went through a process. She went through a process. Nobody becomes a genius. Nobody comes out with first class without going through the normal process. You need to go through the process of studying and studying, burning the candle, keeping sleepless night, and all of that is just because you want to come out with a good result. Nobody you see today that is successful didn't go through a tough process. So if someone is trying to put you in that tough process, don't see it as if the person hates you. The person loves you. And if I were you, I would cling to that person no matter how painful it is. The young ones, I am talking to you to stick to that uncle, to stick to that auntie, stay with that mom or daddy of yours that has decided to show you love in a hard way. I'm not talking about violence. I want to repeat it again. There are people who are not comfortable with you being a natural person. They want you to be like Christ. They want you. No wonder Apostle Paul said, imitate me just as I imitate Christ. There are people like Apostle Paul. But the question is, are you willing to stay with them? Are you willing to do what they've asked you to do? It is painful. It is painful. Somebody is hurting you. But because you want to be a transformed person, you keep praying for a pure heart. You see the person and you greet the person as if nothing ever happens. Not because you are pretending, but because you have decided to kill the flesh in you. Transformation is not a one-day thing. I just want to talk to the young ladies out there, the young men out there. Stay where you are and learn. Be willing to go through that process of change. Be willing to go through that process of transformation. I don't know who I might be talking to this evening, but I just want to encourage somebody. There might be somebody that is willing to leave the house. She has been deceived by her peers. What are you doing there? She doesn't want you to go for a clubbing. She doesn't want you to party. She doesn't want you to keep late night. What are you doing in that house? What are you doing in that house? My dear, don't be deceived. Stay back there. Be submissive. Obedience is not easy, but you can do it by the grace of God. Do you think that Abraham was his heart? He just willfully did what he did. He was in pains. I could imagine how heavy his heart was when God told him, "Take your only son to the mountain, and when you get there, sacrifice him for me." Do you think Abraham was dancing and excited doing what he did? My dear, no. Obedience is not easy. If somebody should tell you that to obey somebody it's an easy thing, it's a lie. Obedience is not easy. Your natural man, you want to be disobedient because it is very easy to be disobedient. Go and sit down there and you say, "No, I will sit the way I want to." It is very easy. But going to sit down there, I'm talking about complete obedience, just like Abraham did. Abraham took Isaac, went to the mountain. You could imagine how heavy his heart was. God wasn't yet sure that he was really obedient. He picked up the knife. He kept it up. You could imagine what was going through his heart. What will I tell Sarah when I get back? What will I tell my people that happened to my son? He was there. Do you think as he raised the knife up, that was when he brought it down? No. So many things in his heart. But he said, come what may, I am ready to go through this path. And he brought down the knife. As he was bringing it down, God said, Abraham, stop. Because he has seen that obedience. But you think it was an easy decision for Abraham to take? Hello, people out there. I just want to exhort somebody. I just want to speak to the heart of somebody. This is a time where people are not ready to submit. This is a time where people are not ready to be obedient. It is not an easy thing to be obedient. It is not an easy thing to go through transformation. But I will plead with you, remain with your mother. Remain with your father, whether biological or foster. Remain with them as far as they are teaching you the right thing. Don't accept anybody deceiving you. Leave that house. My dear, when you leave and you get in shame, they will disappoint you. They will turn their back at you and behave as if they never saw you, they never knew you, as if they never encouraged you in the first place. Please, I will beg everybody listening to me today, especially the younger ones. The process of change is not easy. There is nothing good in this life that is easy. There is nothing good that comes easy. Be ready to go through the process of transformation. Be ready to go through the pains. Remember the fire that burns the gold, brings it out to be pure gold. And you see it sparkling. You think it was just picked out from the river. No. It went through a hard process. Be ready to undergo that hard process and come out to be a refined gold. Be ready to read your book and come out with distinction. Be ready to do that thing you need to do. That at the end, Christ will be formed in you. Make up your mind to go through the process of birth. And I pray God is going to help you this evening. God bless you all. If this video encourages you, I would love you to share it to your friends. Send it to somebody because it's speaking to somebody. It is not for everybody, but it is a message for somebody. God bless you.